Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Pittsburgh Steelers interested in high-pedigree Texas quarterback. The Pittsburgh Steelers are set to have a formal meeting with Texas Longhorns quarterback Quinn Ewers at the NFL Combine, according to a report by ML Football. This is the first known formal meeting the Steelers will have with a quarterback. Ewers, who was a talented recruit that first landed with Ohio State and transferred to Texas, has plenty of playing experience. Yet, with natural tools that screamed upside, many thought that would come. It never did, and now Ewers is projected as a mid-round pick instead. Ewers posted a career-high 31 touchdowns but also threw for 12 interceptions while racking up 3,472 passing yards in the 2024 season as he helped lead Texas on a college football playoff run. In his career, Ewers threw for over 9,000 yards, 68 touchdowns, and just 24 interceptions. That track record is a sterling coin in Ewers' hat, and he has been able to take care of the ball and lead his team to tough wins. Ewers figures to land in the same tier as Ohio State quarterback Will Howard and Syracuse quarterback Kyle McCord, who will all be on the fringe of the Day 2 to early Day 3 range. College football's 10 programs with most NFL All-Pro selections since 2000, Miami, SEC heavyweights lead pack. The NFL owes a big thank you to a handful of college football programs for developing some of the game's biggest stars since 2000. 11 schools have had players make 30-plus NFL All-Pro teams over the last 25 seasons, and 3, including Miami and LSU, have 40-plus to their credit. Some of the top 10 college programs fueling NFL greatness since the turn of the century are still going strong in present day, while others have taken a significant step back in recent years. Aaron Rodgers at Cal and the Watt brothers at Wisconsin helped place the Golden Bears and Badgers among programs with more on-field success. Despite his impressive tenure at Georgia over the last 9 years, just 2 players Kirby Smart recruited to Athens as head coach have made an All-Pro team. In case of ties in the total number of All-Pro nods among teams in our top 10, we deferred to the program with more first-team selections. For this reason, Texas A&M missed the cut. The Aggies tied Florida State with 44 All-Pro selections, but had 14 with first-team honors compared to the Seminoles' 16. Related, VIP Brian Doan's 5 football recruiting storylines to watch as 2026 class heats up. Here are the top 10 college football programs that can boast producing the most NFL All-Pros since 2000, total All-Pros, 31, first team, 16, second team, 15. Offensive tackle Walter Jones bolstered Florida State's All-Pro numbers with 4 first-team and a pair of second-team nods during a Hall of Fame run with the Seattle Seahawks in the early 2000s. Since then, the Seminoles program has produced a number of the game's brightest stars, including Antoine Bolden, Antonio Cromartie, Rodney Hudson, and Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey and former FSU teammate Derwin James have combined for 7 All-Pro selections. Ramsey is one of 4 active defensive backs with 3 or more first-team nods. Total All-Pros, 32, first team, 20 second team, 12. JJ and TJ Watt established themselves as one of the best bloodlines in NFL history over the last 15 years. JJ made 5 first-team All-Pro and 2 second-team appearances during his likely Hall of Fame career, while TJ is closing in with 4 first-team and 2 second-team nods. However, neither has as many All-Pro selections as legendary offensive tackle Joe Thomas, who ranks among the greatest linemen in NFL history with 8 total appearances, 6 first-team, 2 second-team. Running backs Melvin Gordon and Jonathan Taylor are among the notable Badgers who made an All-Pro team in the 2000s. Total All-Pros, 33, first-team, 19, second-team, 24. Kicker Justin Tucker has quietly had one of the best NFL careers of any former Texas player, leading all Longhorns in the 2000s with 8 All-Pro nods, including 5 first-team selections. Safety Earl Thomas was among the best defensive backs of his generation and made 3 first-team and 2 second-team appearances during a 9-year stint with the Seattle Seahawks. It's been a few years since a Longhorn has made an All-Pro team, but running back Bijan Robinson is trending towards putting his name on the list after making his first Pro Bowl appearance this season. Assessing where QB market stands, this year's veteran quarterback market consists of at least 1 Hall of Famer, possibly 2. Although Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson are no longer in their primes, each is expected to play in 2025. Kirk Cousins is also lingering as a potential option. Sam Darnold, however, headlines this free agent class, one that features 4 of the 5 QBs chosen in the 2021 first round. Only Justin Fields qualifies as a starter-level option from that quintet, as Mac Jones, Zach Wilson and Trey Lance will not garner attention on that level this year. Daniel Jones also hovers as an interesting option, despite his rough 2023 and 24 showings. The trade market, which technically includes Cousins, also has introduced a big name. The Rams continue to dangle Matthew Stafford. Even if this is merely to pinpoint his value as the sides haggle over a new contract, a handful of teams, chiefly the Raiders and Giants, have entered the fray for the former Super Bowl winner. Here's where these markets stand at the Combine. Making sense of Stafford saga. It has now been 5 days since it became known the Rams were letting Matthew Stafford speak with other teams. Rather than seeking another reworking, Stafford is gunning for a new contract, and to become the oldest member of the $50 MMAAV club since Rodgers, who was there for a season. No one tied to a long-term deal averaging north of $50 million is older than 31. Stafford will play an age 37 season in 2025. He is partially at fault for this value discrepancy. After all, Stafford had left money on the table during his initial Rams negotiations in an effort to help the team around him. That led to Stafford signing for 4 years and $160 million, that matched the Dak Prescott terms, though with less player-friendly language, at the time. It now sits 15th at the position. The Browns and Steelers were loosely tied to Stafford, but the Giants and Raiders have stepped to the forefront. It would make more sense, were Stafford angling to jump to a roster that could form a contender, for him to consider the AFC North teams. But it is not known if they made serious pushes. As it stands, Giants and Raiders teams respectively coming off 3-14 and 4-13 seasons are in pursuit. The Giants have met with Stafford's camp and asked about the QB before last year's deadline, as their Jones plan was imploding. But the Silver and Black have done far more to indicate they are serious. No matter how it happened, Stafford and new Raiders power broker Tom Brady met in Montana to discuss a potential fit. The Raiders have since come close on contract parameters, though it is not believed trade terms are worked out. Neither the Giants nor Raiders are open to meeting the Rams' first-rounder asking price, as the teams hold numbers 3 and 6. A high second-rounder headlining the package, or a potential future first, would make more sense. Rodgers-Rams link emerges. Who else makes sense for 20-year vet? If the Rams truly go to the edge with Stafford, a report has emerged depicting Rodgers as an interested observer. Rodgers has been tied to wanting to join the Rams and to take Davante Adams with him once again. Adams was mentioned as a potential Rams target before Rodgers was thrown into the mix. It would be interesting to see the Rams try a formula that did not work for the Jets, but Rodgers, albeit at 41, would be a capable option for far less than Stafford. Our late December poll about Rodgers fits did not place the Steelers as a realistic destination. Ditto the Browns. Both teams would benefit from a high-profile placeholder, though the 4-time MVP's current form may not be worth the baggage that also now comes with him. While the Jets may not have issued an ultimatum regarding Rodgers' Pat McAfee show appearances, they are believed to have discussed the matter, as Gang Green's new regime quickly decided to move on. A Jets team that lacks a surefire route to acquiring a more talented QB in 2025 announcing it would move on from Rodgers so soon is rather telling. The Giants have not been tied to Rodgers, despite their Stafford pursuit and the team having no QBs contracted presently. If the Titans were to trade down from number 1 overall, a veteran bridge would be logical as well. Thus far, however, Rodgers' connections beyond the Rams have not surfaced. Steelers to make internal call? Thus far, the Steelers have been tied to a Wilson or Fields decision. The team has entered talks with both players, as the long-standing organizational policy prevents in-season negotiations. Early rumors pointed to Fields having a better chance to come back than Wilson, and the fifth-year veteran is interested in staying, should he receive a legitimate chance to start. Considering the raise the Steelers would need to authorize to either keep Fields off the open market or outbid other curious teams, it would stand to reason any arrangement in which Fields stays in Pittsburgh would come with a good chance to start. Like the 49ers did with Brandon Ayuk, the Rams still have the final say. They can opt to pay Stafford his modest roster bonus, $4 million, and work out a deal to ensure continuity for a team that has mounted stiff playoff challenges over the past 2 years. As of now, however, LA is balking at a $50 million per year number. Otherwise, the Rams risk falling backward without a quarterback plan. And are you a fan? What do you think of the Matthew Stafford situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.